Hey kiddos, I am watching Savannah make a new recipe today, and she found something she wanted to try. And when we do that, remember, we call that an experiment. So her experiment today is going to be, how do you make skillet brownies? Now, if you're going to make something like this, what do we have to do? We have to get a recipe, and a recipe is just like directions. And in school, when we have directions, remember what we got to do. We have to follow the directions to make sure that everything comes out right. So right now, in our microwave, she's melting some, what are you melting, Sav?
Butter.
How much butter are you melting?
1 stick.
Okay. So after that's done, what do you got to do?
I gotta mix everything together and then put it in the skillet. So I gotta put some flour and some sugar and some cocoa powder.
Do you want to show us what a skillet actually looks like? There's a skillet, and that's the only thing she's going to use to mix everything up in today. So let's see how this goes. There's butter melted. Can we see what it looks like?
It's not quite ready yet, but...
Not quite there yet. We got to keep going because that's not melted, right? Alright, so we're going to let that keep going. So she's going to get the rest of the stuff to make the brownies. We call those ingredients. And ingredients are the things you mix together when you want to make something. It's like all the parts you need. So she said she needs to get some sugar and cocoa powder. Cocoa powder is just like chocolate powder, right? So she's getting all of her stuff out of our cupboard and the stuff to measure it with. You could probably put something on the top of that, a paper towel or something. Yeah, that's gonna be messy. Oh, see, there you go, an experiment. Now we see what happens. So what happened is the butter kept melting really fast, and now there's kind of butter everywhere. So after she makes this, she's gonna learn how to clean a microwave. That's what that looks like.
It's melted.
So that's when an experiment happens, when you don't know what's going to happen, right? You try it and you find out what's going to happen. And so the butter melted a lot, and what happened is it got a little too hot and it kind of exploded a little bit. So that's all right. We'll figure out how to clean a microwave later. So the butter went in the pan. Let's see what else is going in here, okay? All right. How much are you putting in, love?
1 cup, so 2 of these.
So when you say 1 cup when you're cooking, that's how we measure things. And a cup is the same thing all the time, and you just don't take whatever glass you like and fill it up. So there's measuring cups, and there's just special cups that you use just to measure exactly with. Let's see what cocoa powder looks like. You know what? Let's put it in there, and we'll taste a little bit of it and see what Savannah's face is like. It's not, cocoa powder doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, so it's not super sweet like eating a piece of candy. So that's why all that sugar's in there too for the brownies. Cocoa powder is just dried up chocolate, but chocolate all by itself isn't very sweet. It's not candy yet when you first get chocolate. So what else are we putting in, baby?
I'm gonna put in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. So 1.5 of these.
That sounds yummy. Thanks. That's what it looks like so far. See, she's following her directions still on her phone. She put in a little bit of salt.
We gotta mix it all together. Need a spoon.
Doesn't quite look like brownies yet, does it, you guys?
A little funky right now. Thank you. A little more chocolatey.
Starting to look a little bit more like brownies, right? Gotta stir it all up till everything's all mixed together, so there's not just sugar and not just butter, so it's all the same, looks all the same.
Eggs. And blow my nose.
Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. We're gonna see what else we need to do.
More egg. Gotta add the eggs.
So there's one egg. There it is.
Gotta mix them in one at a time. Two more.
How many do you have to put in, Sam?
3 eggs.
3 eggs, so that's number 2, right? This is number 2.
We've got to make sure we mix them in after each one so they all get mixed together.
Because that's what the directions say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of like what we do, right? We have to listen for the directions and then do what it tells us to. And then usually we do it right.
Not a very nice noise. Mixing in the skillet.
Raise your hands if you like brownies. I like brownies. There's my hand. Yeah. Oh, and there's number 3. So now remember, just gotta mix it all up one more time. You see how she mixes carefully? Kind of like how when we're working on our papers, how we go carefully. Because if you go too fast, where do you think all the brownies are gonna go? Kind of like the oven, right? Kind of like the microwave. You melted the butter too fast and it went. We don't want brownies everywhere.
Add a little bit of flour too.
We need some flour.
Put 1 cup of flour in.
So get that measuring cup out one more time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how she smoothed it off, because if she put in that whole big lump, that's way more than 1 cup, right? And it's not following the directions. So we're gonna mix it all up one more time. There's my hand. Say hi, my hand. There's my hand.
Could you get the chocolate chips out?
I can.
Thank you.
Brownie's just aren't as good without chocolate chips. So there you go.
Thank you.
Raise your hand if you like chocolate chips. Me. Yeah. Isn't she a good mixer? She's not spilling or anything. I'm super proud of her.
Very slow though.
It's always good to be a good mixer if you want to mix stuff. These are starting to look yummy, aren't they, you guys? Look, yum.
Supposed to put a cup in, but sometimes it's okay to wing it with this. You can put
I
a
think
little
we're just
extra.
gonna pour.
Yeah.
Want some more? There's probably more up here.
That's fine. It'll be.
The chunk ones?
It's okay.
Okay.
Unless you want me to put them in, but. Just see how this goes, I think. Actually, yeah, could I have a little bit more?
What's that?
Could you pass me the other bag?
Yeah. Okay.
Just put some on the top. Thank you. Okay, and now we're gonna put it in the oven.
Okay. So everything's all mixed up, and that's gonna go in the oven. And then she's got to put the timer on so we know how long it has to cook for.
Now we wait.
How long is it cooking for?
34 minutes.
How much?
34 minutes.
All right. So everybody say, good job, Sav.
Thanks.
All right. Well, when the brownies are done, I'll show you what they look like.
I'm gonna go clean the microwave.
All right. Bye, kiddos.